I never thought my name Ethan Ross, the janitor, would ever echo through a CEO's conference room. Not because I did anything wrong, but because of what happened that one morning in New York. I was mopping the marble lobby of the High Point Financial Tower, same as always. People in suits passed me by without a glance. I didn't mind. I wasn't there to impress anyone. I just needed the paycheck to keep my little girl, Mia, in school, and maybe someday get her that art scholarship she dreamed about. "Morning, Mr. Ross," the security guard called out. I smiled. "Morning, Pete. Just another glamorous day of cleaning up after the rich and restless." Soft laugh. I said it jokingly, but deep down, yet it stung a bit. I had dreams once too. But life has a way of humbling you. Scene 2, the CEO's world. Sound, muffled boardroom chatter upstairs. That day, the top floor was buzzing apparently. Nathan Hale, the CEO himself, was meeting a foreign investor. Rumor was, his 6-year-old son, Liam, was also in the building because his nanny had called in sick. I didn't know much about the man except what I'd seen on screens: rich, intimidating, always in control. The kind of guy who never noticed people like me. Around noon, I went up to fix a jammed vending machine on the 27th floor. It's funny, one moment I'm unscrewing a metal panel, thinking about lunch, the next, I hear the piercing sound of a child screaming down the hallway. Scene 3, the emergency. Sound, fire alarm, people shouting. Fire! There's a fire in the conference room. Someone yelled. I dropped the wrench and sprinted toward the noise. Smoke was already curling under the glass doors. Through the window, I could see Nathan Hale trying to pry open a stuck door, his son trapped inside, coughing. The sprinklers hadn't gone off. The automatic doors had jammed. People were panicking. Everyone froze. The CEO was shouting for maintenance, for anyone to help. I didn't think twice. I ran straight past them, grabbed a fire extinguisher, and yelled the words that would later go viral across every news channel. "Stand back, I've got this." Scene 4, the rescue. Sound, fire crackling, glass shattering. I smashed through the glass door, choking on smoke. The little boy was curled behind a chair, crying for his dad. I wrapped my jacket around him and lifted him into my arms. Flames were licking up the curtains. My eyes burned. I kicked open the side door, feeling my arms give out, but I didn't stop. I could hear Hale shouting behind me, "My son! Please save him!" I barely made it down the stairwell before the ceiling gave way. We crashed through the last few steps, rolling onto the landing. The boy was shaking, but alive. His tiny voice whispered, "Are you a firefighter?" I smiled weakly. "No, buddy. Just a janitor." Scene 5, aftermath and recognition. Sound, hospital beeps, distant chatter. When I woke up, my arm was bandaged, and my lungs felt like sandpaper. A nurse told me I'd inhaled too much smoke. Then, the door opened and in walked Nathan Hale himself, the man who owned half of Manhattan, still wearing the same suit, covered in ash. He stood there for a long moment, speechless. "I don't know how to thank you," he said quietly. "You saved my son." I shook my head. Anyone would have done the same. But we both knew that wasn't true. He smiled faintly. "You said, 'Stand back, I've got this.'" He chuckled. That's exactly what I needed to hear in that moment. You didn't just save Liam, you snapped me out of my fear. Dash dash. Scene 6, A Twist of Fate. Sound, soft piano, hospital ambience. I was discharged a few days later. I went back to my small apartment, made mac and cheese for Mia, and we talked about school. I didn't tell her much about the rescue, I didn't want to scare her. Then, one Friday morning, the building manager called me in. My heart sank. "I'm sorry, Ethan," he said, "but we're restructuring. Your position's being replaced by a cleaning service." Just like that I was out of a job. I packed up my cart quietly. But as I was leaving, the elevator opened, and there he was again. Nathan Hale. "Mr. Ross," he said, smiling. "I was hoping to catch you." Dash dash. Scene 7, The Offer. He handed me an envelope. Inside was a letter of commendation, and a job offer. "Head of Facilities and Safety for the entire building complex," he said. "Benefits, insurance, tuition support for your daughter." I was stunned. "Sir, I..." He raised a hand. "No. You earned it." "I don't think titles define people, Mr. Ross. Actions do. And yours saved my world." I could barely speak. For the first time in a long time, I felt seen, not as a janitor, not as a nobody, but as a man who mattered. Dash dash. Scene 8, The Full Circle Moment. A year later, Mia and I stood in the new High Point lobby. There was a framed photo on the wall, a moment caught by a security camera, me carrying Liam through the smoke, my arm outstretched. Below it, a small plaque read, "Courage isn't about status. It's about heart." Dedicated to Ethan Ross, who reminded us all that heroes walk among us. Liam ran up to me, laughing. "Hey, Mr. Ethan. Dad says I can shadow you for career day." I grinned. "You better bring a mop then, kiddo." Nathan Hale walked over, shaking my hand. "You saved my son," he said softly. "Now, you've changed my company." Dash dash. Scene 9, Closing Reflection. Sound, city skyline, soft orchestral rise. Sometimes, life puts you in places where no one notices your worth until the moment they do. That day, I wasn't just a janitor. I was a father, a fighter, a man who refused to stand by when someone needed help. And you know what? Every time I pass that plaque, I whisper the same words that started it all. Stand back. I've got this.